Hello everyone, thanks for being there, thanks for joining. I'm so sorry it took a bit longer. I prepared everything 4 minutes before, and when I was just ready to go get my mate, again, same problem, I couldn't find mine. Had to go find my wife's mate, and it's like, I can't come in live without my mate. Like, it's like with me, right? It was just I can't live without it. I'm addicted to it, so I just can't, it's just the thing I have to do. And then it was dirty, so I had to go wash it and all that. Just took a bit longer than I expected. Just when I prepare everything way before something goes wrong. Fucking hell. Alright. Doesn't matter. We are here. Let's do this. Alright. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being here. I saw there were more people, and now I see that a bunch of people left. And so, well, what can we do? So, to all of you who are here, who joined, thank you so much for being there. And yeah, let's just get to the point, right? Let's get started because, I don't want to bore you with anything else. Yeah, I'm just going to go straight into it. Yeah, in the meantime, please do give us a like. Do help us out with a like. And, whoa. We have a spammer here. I just came here into the Discord and saw there was some kind of spammer here. Oh my god, yeah, some kind of spammer here. Oh my god, yeah. Let's delete. Let's report this message. And, well, it's been deleted. The person is a deleted user. Oh my god, they actually just came in here. Oh my god, spammed all of the servers. I think, yeah. Oh. Oh my god, yeah, I have to delete all the messages. Yeah, all of my Discord has been spammed by this wanker. Oh my god, all of my Discord has been spammed. What the fuck? Yeah. Not everything, but a few important channels. Oh no, all the stupid fucking channels. Oh my god, yeah. Well, I'll do it later. Just it's one single stupid message. We can do it later. I'm not gonna bore you with this. I was just coming in to close this thing. I've been so focused with the development that I didn't realize this had happened. So sorry. I've been truly laser focused on everything I have to do, and sorry, haven't been able to catch up with everything. Yeah, I'm like in a tunnel vision developing right now because I need to finish this now, like yesterday. So yeah, that's been my focus, and that will be my main focus for now on until I release 1.0. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm in a very stressful moment because even if I see a lot of progress and I'm doing lots of things, it's like I see a list of things that keeps getting checked and keeps getting longer, and it's insane. It's just insane. I just check this thing, I check that thing, and I go so fast in checking things, and I keep finding problems, and I keep going back, and I keep it's just a nightmare. And then sort of wake up in the middle of the night thinking, I didn't think of this thing, and this is going to be a problem. Like for instance, I realize now that I have a problem with the array types, and that may cause issues in the long run. So I may have to redo the array types, and that's like weighing on me heavily for a couple of days. And I haven't been able to sleep well because honestly, like, I know it shouldn't be that big of a change. It will break a few of the things I've done, and I know it's better to do it now, because now it's just, you know, it's the moment to do it because I haven't released it yet. But it means that I'll have to make a bunch of changes in different places, and I may break other things, and I will have to go back. So it's just weighing on me. Like, these sort of changes that I have to do sometimes weigh on me so badly, and I feel like overwhelmed, and it's terrible. And yeah, and then I just you know, I have to sort of ground myself, go back to, you know, back to basics, try to find the fun things in life, find the fun things in doing this, and why I'm doing this. Even though I'm, you know, in the process, sometimes I'm really suffering it. But yeah, I'm glad I can do this. I'm glad I'm able to do this. Yeah, I'm glad to be here. And yeah, I just hope, you know, sometimes we can have more people here to enjoy a bit more of our live streams. But hey, doesn't matter. It will happen in time. It is in due time. In due time. Let me put this thing up a little bit because it's just hitting on my mate, and it's good on my thermos. Sorry, I'm just gonna keep banging on it. That's not the idea. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's just the cable. The cable up here was a bit loose. Okay, so all right, let's go into the this thing. I've been fixing all the problems that we found. Yeah, now everything's solved. Hopefully. I made sure that we could do all the things that we needed to do. So I'm going to show you a bit of what I've been doing. And yeah, we will come here, and I had to do some deep changes. Spoiler alert. But deep changes in the system that we're building. But let's go into it. Let's get into it. We are Bill Briggs saying refactoring, right? Refactoring of well, there will be some kind of refactoring there involved, I guess. But mostly just changes on something that it's still. I think the refactoring will come later. After I have you know, built a bit more of it, but yeah, when it's done, when I'm sure that okay, this is the idea, the final idea, I usually start, okay, let's refactor this now, because sometimes I refactor and I spend the time on refactoring, and then I have to rebuild the basic idea. You know, when you do that, it's just a pain in the arse. So yeah, that's a problem. Okay, let's come back here. Let's see. Let's look at our project here. Okay, so I've already done some things, okay, because I needed to check that things worked. I didn't want to come here and go, oh, this doesn't work. So we have our little car. We have the sound. The sound is coming from a new visual thing script. You know, we have the procedural scroller. We have the visual component procedural scroller. So we have both of them, the VC procedural scroller and the procedural scroller. And yeah, and this one here, the will need to turn, this one here will need to turn into this one. So this two will become you know, parented, I guess. We'll look at the same. That's what I mean. Same bullshit right now. Yeah, so these two will have to basically start looking the same. So right now I needed to add it in order to be able to use its properties later in the different components that we'll be using. But we haven't yet added all the stuff, all the functionality, all the fields and everything. We'll do that. And we'll see them becoming, you know, we'll see this one becoming this one soon enough. For now, it's just there as a stub, you know. We have them all here, the VC, you know, the visual components. up here, like the visual component obstacle, visual component procedural scroller, visual component scroller controller, which is for the vehicle, just to move it side by side to the sides, and then the vehicle controller, which is supposed to like move the car like this, and it's supposed to do what else is supposed to do? Let's just open it. Well, it's I don't think it's finished yet. Yeah, it's not even started yet. This is the one I've been making sure it works, like with the audio. That's one of the things I've been like just torturing myself with, because one thing that I didn't really take into account, or I did take into account, and it will work with this, but not with the way I've set up the arrays. That's the part, the audio, for instance, the audio is also an object 3D, and that is a problem, right? Because everything that since the audio is an object 3D, it also has the parenting and has many other things like that. You don't really use that much here, right? When you're using a regular Ray Engine component, you don't care. You receive an audio file, right? Well, an audio object, and you use that audio object. You use its functionality, and Ray Engine kind of handles everything for you in the background. But it's still an audio object, and it's attached to the object that has that component. So it attaches itself to the object that contains that component. Like for instance, if you add, let me go in here. We'll look at the no, we're talking about this one here, right? Which is our player vehicle, right? So we have our vehicle controller here. Our vehicle controller has the engine, and yeah, I haven't added the crash sound yet because it's just playing the engine sound right now, and it's supposed to bring in yes, this shouldn't be I think like this. I don't know why I'm inspecting it, but yeah, doesn't matter. Why am I inspecting it? We'll look into that. But yes, the idea is that you will usually just have it here, and it will instantiate directly inside the race car, and it will follow the race car around, because it's going to be in part of the hierarchy here. You just won't notice it. You just won't care about it because it's there. But with code, you can actually manage it. So theoretically, we should be able to use the audio as an object 3D. So that's something I have to figure out in a way. Okay, do we want to also let the user treat the audio as an object 3D? But keep in mind that our types are all simply strings, right? They are not real types. Our types are strings here. Our types are simply a name of something, right? It's simply saying, okay, this is type audio, this is type object 3D. And we have a value type of sorts where we say, okay, what is the value of this type? That was the idea behind. The idea of that was the array. So what was the value of the array? So we have the type array with the value type of object 3D, for instance. That's the way we configure an array to be an array of objects, or an array of strings, or an array of numbers. But in the case of say components, you would say type component, value type would be say a rapier body, or you would say a I don't know, some component that you've created, right? Like this VC vehicle controller, that could be your type. And we'll see that now. So that's basically one of the ideas here. So let's open this. And yeah, we shouldn't inspect this. Let's not require, not inspect, nothing, regular. There you go. So yeah, the idea behind this is right now it's just simply playing the audio, right? The engine SFX, just coming in here and playing it. Sets it in a loop, so it says loop true, and then plays it. Has a small delay there, like a, I don't know if this works at all. I just tried it. I don't know if this like a negative delay. I don't know if that works, honestly. I was just thinking of making it a negative delay so that it starts earlier when it restarts in the loop. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if there's any truth to what I'm saying. So yeah. Then there is the set field where we're setting the game logic to get in the VC procedural scroller from the scene, right? So this is something I had to do. I changed the order of these two. Kind of caused me a few issues to change the get component order. But yeah, I managed to solve it quite easily. Luckily, it shows me all the errors now. So my own debugging tools have been working for me to realize, okay, this is wrong. This doesn't work. I've changed this, so now this doesn't work. That's cool. I'm glad I did that. And then we're logging here simply the game state inside game logic, right? So anytime we start the game, we should see what the state of game logic is. What did we change here? We changed the game logic there. Yeah, you see, it shows us that something changed. And we have the procedural scroller here. Yeah, it's just, right now, it's simply game state. It's just a variable there that says ready. Right, that's all. That's it. We are not setting anything. We're not setting anything up. The true procedural scroller has a bunch of other things I will need to add here. Like everything we have in procedural scroller, like everything we have here in this file, all of these things will need to be turned into no code. All of these will be in here, and we'll need to be able to do it with our little blocks and yeah, that'll be interesting. A little bricks doing this. That'll be cool. Yeah, let's see how that goes. Let's try it out. Let's make it work. Let's do this. Today we need to at least have most of the components and most of the stuff done, like all the outlier things, and maybe part of the procedural scroller component done. I think that would be fair. I think that's a fair achievement that we can go for. We have maybe 1 hour, one hour, a bit more than an hour. I think we can do this. Innocent Games in the house. Thanks for joining, mate. Says, can I make MMORPG? Yes, you can. I mean, this is Rogue Engine. Rogue Engine is just a tool to use Three.js. It's just a way to use Three.js, right? So it's basically Three.js with a Unity-like editor. So you use Three.js in your components like this, right? So this is a component, but you're using basically just Three.js everywhere, right? So all your components are Three.js. It's just Rogue Engine is giving you a component framework on top. But you're just writing Three.js, basically, with some regular JavaScript, Typescript. It just gives you a component framework for it and an editor. And a bunch of other tools, right? It gives you an input manager, has a bunch of different things that will help you sort of not have to build a bunch of infrastructure around your game. You already have that made. It has an asset manager to, check what you want to have preloaded throughout scenes. If you want to override throughout scenes, you want to keep them loaded. Everything will load in your scene, asynchronously if you don't set it to preload and keep loaded, so that you can manage your assets in that way, because assets are being downloaded from the web. So, yeah, we're assuming that what you build is it's a web game, right? It's a web page. You build a web page that anyone can access from any device, right? And that you can basically come here and just type this in your phone. You'll get another address because it's just your local network. But just go into your local network. If your phone is in the same local network, you'll be able to type that address and be able to play whatever you're playing here, right? In this case, we have this little game that we're translating, that we're moving it into a no-code system, basically. But yeah, we have this little problem that it starts playing the new one. So yeah, because we didn't, we need to solve that now. Let's do the vehicle controller first, so we can solve this issue. This particular issue has to stop before we can restart, because if we restart, it starts a new one and then it never stops. So it's like we double loop it in a way. It's kind of weird, but yeah, we'll need to fix that. So yeah, in the meantime, give me a like, help me out there. You know, that helps a lot. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for everyone help me out. Is this mobile friendly? Yes. Let's wait for this to load. I know it's taking so long, but let's see. It's all good. Yeah. So yeah, but you see how this thing here, I can open it. Let me open it for you here. With this, we have a few people. We don't have many people live right now, so I can take the time to just do this for you, specifically for you. Why not? Let me show you. Yeah, so come here. There you go. That's the scene. That's the scene we're playing. I just accessed this local address of mine here, and you can see it. That's the game, right? I could just come here and play my game. And it's the same scene we're playing here, right? It'll play the scene you're currently playing in your in the editor. You can play it in your phone. Or on any device that has a browser in your local network. So that's yeah, that's pretty awesome, isn't it? So and yeah, and you can go to rogueengine.io, go to examples, and try to play some of the examples. I think there are a couple that don't have like mobile controllers, because you need to set up your mobile controllers. Some of them are old, and I haven't really set up the mobile controllers for them. But yeah, you can do that. It's just Three.js, so if you can do it with Three.js, you can do it with Rogue Engine. In a way, you'll do it maybe faster or more easily with Rogue Engine. That's the idea. But Innes Game says that looks amazing. Thank you, mate. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think it looks cool. Yeah, I wish more people knew about it. That's my fault. Truly my fault. But yeah, and now we're making for 1.0, because we're about to release 1.0 anytime now. I promise. Oh my god, every time I say that I go nuts. Yeah, so we're trying to release 1.0. We're fighting hard for it, and we're building this no-code system where we can have our components also built with this bricks, right? This little bricks that you can set up here. You know, so you don't have to write code, right? You can just add bricks that already have code behind them that do most of the stuff for you. So say, you know, I can build like bricks that do a bunch of stuff, or I can like I'm building an LLM that can write those little bricks, because they have like little code, so it's very easy for an LLM to handle, for instance, right? And it's also just a JSON also, right? This is just a configuration, so also the LLM can handle that configuration, and that makes it very easy to that's something that's easy to do for an LLM compared to actually coding and handling a massive code base, things like that. You actually just, you know, it's feeding from a finite amount of solutions of possible interactions. So yeah, that's ideal, isn't it? It's a very ideal use case. So yeah, it's not trying to replace you. It's just, see, that's I think that's a different approach. In a way, it's just giving you more control over different little blocks. Yeah, that's what's coming in the 1.0. This is what we're building. We're stress testing it. We're bringing it here. I'm building it live, as in a way I'm testing it live. As I build it, I keep fixing it. I come back with it, and we keep trying to improve it. And right now we have a game that is built. We built entirely live here with code. Now we're saying, okay, let's turn it into a codeless game, right? Into a code that is all built with these bricks, right? Let me show you the bricks that we have. I'm building them locally here, all the bricks. These are bricks that you can build yourself, right? This little configurations, just like that, like this repeat block, for instance. So you can create your own bricks like that. And also, yeah, an agent can create these bricks, right? it'll have to be, you know, it knows about the API and all that. So that's the part I'm doing also on the aside from this, I'm also training that LLM to be able to build this little blocks and actions and bricks, we call them, right? So that's something. Oh my god, everyone's leaving. I'm alone here. Okay. I don't care. Let's just keep going. So let's do the vehicle controller. Let's come here to the vehicle controller. Okay, let's see what the vehicle controller is doing. Okay, so it has rotation degrees, smoothness, because we need to do the movement thing, right? So we need to get the movement axis, and we'll need to do Dector Rad. I think we have a Dector Rad. I think we already have a Dector. I think I added it before. That'll be cool. If I already have this, that'll be cool. And then we have, the movement input on X. Okay. So we multiply these two, and we put that as the speed in this lerp function. We don't have a lerp, so we'll need to add a lerp to assign to rotation Y. Okay. I don't know if we have a rotation Y yet, so we'll add these bricks. We'll build this thing. But first things first, let's make sure the audio stuff works. We won't have like the movement yet, but we'll at least have these. So let's build them. We need in the start, what we do is we're getting the game logic. So that we already have there. We set in the loop, we're setting the volume. I think these things we already added them. So that's what we have right now. Start function. We did the set loop. We're playing the audio. It's just different order, right? It's just that. And we're logging this. We're not logging it anymore. We don't need to. That was just me testing it. And oh no, we're missing things, right? We set volume. The set volume. We're not going to set the volume. I think we're fine with the volume. If we need to set the volume, we'll do it later. But I don't think we actually needed it in the first place. So that's okay. And then we have what else? The game state thing, right? So we have the update there, and okay. So what do we need to do? If the game state is over from this thing we're setting here we're setting the game logic field to be the procedural scroller that we have, right? So we'll need to set the state there, but right now we need to do is say that if. So if this is the first time you've seen me do this, you'll be surprised how easy this is. Is if so game logic, game state is over, and engine SFX is playing. Oh, I already have that one. Okay, so we can do this in two different ways. We can use an and. I think we have an no, we don't have that. No. Okay, don't worry. That doesn't matter. We'll use an expression. If you don't have like a certain specific action that does, like an and or an or something like that, you can use an expression, which is, I think, the most nice looking thing. I like it much better than anything else. So we'll do here. We'll say VC, right? Get field, right? So the visual component get field. Because this is a visual component, so we can get the field much easier. We can say game logic, get the game state, and we'll say if it's what is it? Yeah, here. Add after is equal to add after string. Let's say over. And there you go. After we'll say get. We'll say it's playing. We'll need the is playing. The audio is playing thing. And and we need to do audio is playing engine SFX. So let me see if this is the same thing. So let me move this thing up here a little bit. There you go. So if the game state is over and engine SFX is playing, same line, right? We say that we want to stop audio stop. You see, you have audio stop, engine SFX. We say we want to play audio play. There you go. The crash SFX. So play the crash SFX there. No delay. There you go. So it lets us set a delay if we want, but I don't know that if that makes any difference, honestly. Like, we just leave this is 0, honestly. So yeah, the same lines. And yeah, we don't need to do anything else here. We can add this later. I don't really care about it right now. So yeah, let's just make sure that we can set the states at least from the procedural controller. We have no choice but to actually work on the procedural controller, I guess. What we're going to do is probably just build this thing first. We just want to build this thing. Let's do this. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Let's add a couple of fields. Let's put them up there. One here, yeah. So we'll call them, this one is rotation degrees, and this one is smoothness. This one has number, and we'll inspect both. And this one will be 10, and this one else is 0.5. So 0.5. There you go. And we'll save. There you go. Has no minimum, no nothing. Well, these two are actually positional. I didn't realize that, but yeah, they're positional. True here means positional. So yeah, we're simply translating that. We're just saying that we need these fields, and these are inspected. This one's not. This one we're just setting right here, right? So we're setting that field here. Very simple stuff, right? We're just doing very simple stuff. And yeah, now we need we'll add the if now. If we want to say again, so we have a different, right? So let's say not equal. Do we have a not equal? Use a not and an equal. Let's go. Yeah, so we can use a different one, right? Here we use this one. Let's use a different one so that we have, you know, like 2 different options to look at. In this case, we have I see we are I'm superposing in the text there, but yeah, we need to check if it started. Yeah, I'm superposing with chat. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I'm realizing that now. So yeah, we need to check if it's started, wasn't it? Yeah, if it's different to started, we're gonna return, right? That's what we do. If it's different to started, if game said different to started, we return. So we do that. We say bc get field, get field, game logic, game state, and this one was we'll need here string. So if not equals, get field thing to started. There you go. And here we return. You see how you can do it this way, but this looks so much better, you see. So an expression is always like recommended. Like semantically, it's better to have this than to have this, right? And this is not much more performant at all. Like unless this, yeah, no, this is not much more performant. I would say it isn't actually. Like not and equals. You're actually calling two. If we had a not equals, that would be a different thing, but we don't have a not equals here. Yeah, this is just the same basically. If we had not equals, it'll be like a tiny bit more performant, but just tiny bit, very tiny bit. So this is better, I would say, like just this semantic thing. I would write it this way, but I will leave it this way here so that we have a different option, and we just return, no return value or anything. You see, I have an optional slot here. If it were not optional, it'll show yellow, a yellow border for us. So yeah, then we have what else do we have here? Yeah, we need to get the moves, so we'll do that. We'll get the move axis, so we'll do get axis, was it? Yeah, get axis for move. You see, it's the first one we have move and look. Right now the only two axes that we have defined, and we have x and y. So we'll rename this to move x, and we'll rename this one to move y. There you go. So we know what we're talking about. It's much easier. You know, we're not going to use move y, but who cares? And okay, and then we have, I think we have the deck to rad thing. I think we do have the deck to rad, and we can set up the speed in an easy way. Do we have a rotation thing? Let's see. Rotation. Rotate y. I think this is rotating with rotation, with proper like just using rotate, because we need the proper rotate, not the quaternion rotation. So let's go for it. Let's look at it. Let's go look at it, and the brick, my brick, rotate y. It's using rotate y. Here you go. So this is what it's doing. It's just rotate y. So yeah, don't look at the descriptions. They're all copy paste. Copy paste, tap, copy paste, and do it. You know, I did very fast. So yeah, I haven't yet gone through all of the descriptions to actually set them up correctly. I'll need to go and document everything and give everything. Yes, it's just a pain in the arse. Oh my god, says that's not going to be nice. That's just, let me put it this way. That it's just not going to be cool. Oh my god, there's nobody here. I'm alone here. I think there's one person on Twitch. I'm so fucking alone here. Oh my god. This is ridiculous. What am I even doing? Okay, yeah, no, please don't. Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, let's go back to the vehicle controller. Yeah, whoever you are out there on Twitch, thank you, mate. Thank you for being there. It's like, it's just you and me. It's just you and me, because there's one person on YouTube. That's me. That's my monitor. So I realize there's nobody there. You know, it's just me. So, I mean, oh, fuck. Yeah, I know. Maybe I'm boring. I don't know. Maybe I'm a boring person. I don't think I'm boring. But yeah. Who knows? And honestly, I'll just have to keep doing them, right? Okay, so we have move. We get the move X. Then we get the speed. Oh, we need the lerp. Okay, so we need the lerp. Let's see if we have a lerp. Do we have a lerp? My bricks. Let's first save this thing we have here, because it, you know, what we have there is good. Let's look if we have a lerp. No lerp. Okay, let's create a lerp, like a math lerp. It's a simple lerp. Yeah. We'll do the same thing as we have in the other one. Where should we add it? I want to add it close to the math stuff. It's part of the math utils thing, so probably close to the math stuff. It should be add. See, yeah, we have the add abs. negate or stuff random range. Yeah, so we should probably just add it here, like close to this. Yeah, I will simply call it lerp. Well, nothing fancy, no math lerp or anything, just lerp. And we'll use the same notations as we did in the other one. See how I just copy paste this thing, and now the description is the old description and all that shit. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's just for as a placeholder, so I can see how it looks with the description in it. But yeah, it's my lorem ipsum. It's my own personal lorem ipsum. It's just my copy pasting. Okay. So, where is this vehicle controller? So, the lerp, as you can see here, takes an X, a Y, and a T, right? So, we're going to use the three of them like that, X, Y, and T like that. So, we'll call them probably start, end, and interpolation. We call them, by their actual names, not just X, Y, and T. Or factor, maybe factor, no interpolation. I think factor is better. I don't know if you can hear the fireworks, but we're in it's the next day to bonfire night. So yeah, they're still going on with fireworks. Sun goes down, and it's just fireworks, again. Okay, let's build this lerp. Okay, so we have my bricks, and we have yeah, there you go. So all of them, number, and number. Okay, again in this case, and they're called start, end, factor, and this will be 0, 1, and 1. Let's just use that. 0.5, because I think it's the most common thing you will use in a lerp or something. And yeah, and then we'll do, here we have start, end, factor, which will be, whatever they bring in here. So, well, we need type, so number. I'll just copy paste this thing. Just copy paste it here. There you go. So start, end, factor. There you go. Oh, it's a different function, isn't it? It's a different function, isn't it? Yeah. So I have 3 math utils, lerp, start, end, factor. There you go. And this will return the lerp value. I'll do. We'll do description later. We just need this to work right now. So we'll come up back here, and right now we'll see that it works. We'll just simply see that we have the lerp here. We still don't have it. Should have been added already, shouldn't it? See, we have a lerp. It's called lerp. Start, end thing there. Save. And still have it here. Let's close this. Open it again. It should work. Should have been added already. I don't know why it wasn't there. Vehicle controller. Let's see. Lerp. There you go. It's there. Should have been added before. I mean, everything's set up to work immediately. There you go. So you have 0, 1, 0.5. The default values. And this is what we need. So we can do it all in one line, or we can actually do it this way. We have the lerp value here. So we could do remove here. We could call the return. I think the return, we should call it. It returns a number like this. We should call it the return interpolated value like this. I think that's a much better name. Oh, fucking hell, the bot. We have a bot on Twitch. Only the bots watch me. There's one guy on Twitch and there's a bot. So thank you so much to the bot, and thanks so much to the person watching on Twitch, whoever you are. Thank you so much again. And there's one more person on YouTube. It's crazy. That's just absolutely crazy. Thank you so much for being there, mate. And yeah, and if you're enjoying it, just leave a like, subscribe, all that. Okay, so we have a lerp function. We have a lerp function, interpolation function that we can use here now in our little no-code system. And yeah, so let's add, but we are setting the rotation, lerp rotation. So what we need to do is rotate Y, right? Rotate Y, and this will be, I want you to look at this. This is, where is it? Oh, in the one that, in the vehicle controller, the original one, in the one that we are actually translating, is object 3D rotation Y. Okay, so this is this object 3D that contains this component. We're rotating its Y axis, right? This with this smooth interpolation, right, from the current rotation Y, right? So it's the current Y rotation, and to the speed that we want to rotate it, and then the smoothness that we want. So how much do we want to rotate it? It's exactly that. So it's the amount that we have right now to this the amount that we want to move. This is the speed that we have, the speed calculation that we're doing here, which is the movement input plus the radians that we're moving. We're actually setting the rotation movement in degrees, in this case 10 degrees. So it's going to turn that into radians, and it's going to multiply it to the movement input. Okay, we have a deck-to-rad function. We could do everything in one line, I think. I don't know how fancy it will look. I think it will look kind of ugly, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. We should see. I don't know if we have a way to set, to get the rotation. Do we have a way to get the rotation? Let's see. Get, rotate. Yeah, no, we don't have that. So okay, let's do that. So we can get rotation. We can get rotation Y, and it will simply get the rotation Y, and we'll do that for all the other rotations since we are there. We'll do that for all of them. So rotate Y. Okay, there you go. Rotate X, rotate Y. We have a rotate that just takes the vector 3. So we have a bunch of them, and we've added them as we needed them. That's what we do. That's what we do here. We don't add things unless we need them. Sometimes. Sometimes we do add things that we don't need. Okay, so we say in rotation X. Look at that. This one's an old one. Yeah, look at that. This is an old one. Yeah. Get position. There you go. Get position. Get rotation. Oh, do we have a get rotation? Get position. There you go. Huh. So it actually gets us. Oh, we still haven't done it yet. Yeah, it's still this we meant to make it, and we didn't make it. We didn't do it. Get position, and we return an object 3D. Yeah, this is stupid. No. It should be a vector 3. It should be a vector 3. Let's just vector 3, and it should return position, right? And this should be the position. There you go. Should return that. Oh no, this is the parameter. I'm an idiot because I usually put the params first, and then yeah. So this is a parameter, and this is a return. Let's put it in the other way around, because I usually like to have the return down here. I can see, where returns like parameters and then the return, like a function. You see the parameters and then the return, like one, then the other. Oh, we have Dev here in the house. Thanks for joining, mate. Thanks for being there. I think it would be great if you had interesting, relevant segments from the live streams regularly posted to YouTube. It would help people discover the channel and they would find out about live streams. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. My biggest issue with that right now is actually time, because it's like I'm working so hard on 1.0 that I really have like no more time. Like if I start editing videos and doing all that, I would really have like zero time. And right now these live streams are mostly to, they're not meant to promote, but they're mostly meant to sort of log what I'm doing as I'm building the 1.0. I know I should probably put more effort on the marketing side and then, I'm not good at it, honestly. I'm pretty bad at it. And I'm a one-man operation. And yeah, it's a pretty tough. I just started the live stream, talking about how I actually feel kind of overwhelmed and stressed because I should have finished this like months ago, and I haven't, and I'm pretty stressed out. I wake up in the middle of the night thinking I need to add that, and I keep have a list of things that I need to do that just keeps getting longer, going crazy about it. So yeah, just thinking of doing more right now. It's honestly, it means I either focus on content and really go full focus on content, or I focus on building. I feel like if I put more focus on content, then I will not be able to focus on development enough, and that already takes like a big amount of my time, and I'm very slow at this. So even just looking through a live stream, like just going through a live stream, looking for the different parts that I actually want, or building a live stream in a way that I can actually take segments of. I think it takes skill. Like it takes a different sort of skill. You need to be good at this. So right now I'm trying to get good at actually just being comfortable in front of the camera and talking, and just not having that camera shy moments that I used to have at the very beginning. I'm not used to this, honestly. I think it's very obvious, but yeah, I'm just trying to get more comfortable, getting more camera time, trying to and then maybe I can build the okay, there's a segment here I can cut and I can actually do something with it. But you're 100% correct. Like more people will find about this if I actually start posting things. But yeah, it's tough. It's tough. It would be cool if someone could help you with the marketing side if they're interested. Yeah, it's yeah, the thing is when you go into business with someone, you're either paying them or you're marrying them, and you have to really know who you're getting in bed with, and that's a big issue. Like you never go into business with someone you wouldn't just go out and drink your and just get unconscious drinking, and they will just carry you home and put you to bed, and you'll be safe. Like that should be the person you go into business with. Otherwise, they'll just cutthroat you at any single time, whenever they want, whenever they can, they'll just cutthroat you. So yeah, it's tough, and I feel like I have a responsibility to the users. I feel I have a responsibility to to everyone. That's why I've rejected buyout offers and many things, because I feel like it's just easy money for me, but everything I've said is just washing it down the toilet. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm just digging my grave. I don't know. Who cares? Honestly, I care about what I'm building. I'm a creator. I just need to create things. I need to build things. I feel like this is what I do. If I'm not making music, I'm doing this and I'm doing, and I feel responsibility to whoever's using Rogue Engine to do it, in a proper way. And yeah, like I wouldn't take an investment, for instance, if I thought that it could put Rogue Engine into risk of getting, developers. Like You know, I always think like, what if I took an investment and then I have to go and you know, and then the company ends up being sold to Adobe, yeah, because you know, investors want to do it, and then I become, you know, a very sad millionaire or something, you know, like, because that's what I would be, you know. I would feel very, very fucking sad. Like, you know, just a second. I think it's just a second. Just a little. Sorry. I just wanted to make sure I saw my wife arrived earlier than I thought. So, yeah, didn't expect it. So I was like, who's coming into the house? Yeah. Yeah. It's all good. But yeah. What a mood killer. What a mood killer. We're getting emotional here. Oh, so emotional. Yeah. But yeah, I feel very attached to Rogue Engine. I don't know if I could like it's my baby. I don't know. I feel like I have to treat that way to, you know, if I care enough about it, people will see it, you know. People will see that I actually care about it, that I care about the users building with it, and it's not you know, this money making thing that's supposed to make some VCs very rich. It's supposed to be something that empowers creation, because that's what that's why I built it for. And so, you know, it's yeah, I don't know, who cares? So I'm just gonna keep going. Otherwise, let's just get derailed just talking about that, get emotional. Nah, who cares? Let's get back to this. So, but yeah, thanks for your thanks for that, Dev. I very much appreciate it. And yeah, that's the whole situation, I guess. You know, I just have to live through it right now. I have very little time to finish. I have to finish right now. I'm on a roll to actually full go and finish it. So I hope I can deliver for you the shortest possible amount of time, and that I can keep bringing this better content every single time. My hope is that I can finish with 1.0 and focus full on trying to promote it and actually make it, you know, something we can use, and something that is actually worth buying, because that's the idea, right? If people buy this, if people actually pay, then I can keep, you know, growing the operation and making something, you know, worthwhile, something lasting. Because that's the way that, you know, I think, yeah, you need people, you need a team, you need, you know, people that are being paid, you know, people that actually, you know, have the livelihoods attached to it. That's how anything works in this world, right? Even it's just, you need water, just like you need water, you need money, you need money to buy that water, food. Yeah. All right. Let's go for it. So we are in we're building the brick for we had the get position there that was wrong. Yeah, now it's correct. Is it correct now? Is it correct now? No, it's not correct. Yeah, is it? No, there you go. So it's position there. Yeah, there you go. So it's returning the position. We have parameters, type vector3, returning position, and the parameter is an object 3D, and that's correct. Yeah. The description is not correct. We don't care about it right now. You can see how it's all copy paste, the descriptions, all of them. Hopefully we'll be able to, you know, chop and get them all lined up. Okay. We have a which one else we need? Yeah, we have the get position here. So let's just copy this one, and let's do a get rotation y. Okay, we need to return numbers here. It's much easier if we just return get rotation y, get rotation x, because it actually just gives us the number, and that's all we need, and we don't have to like go through this stupid vector threes, which are kind of a pain in the arse, honestly. So yeah, I don't think we have like, yeah, we have like, I I don't think we have like a get X, get Y for the, we should add them. Not right now. Just get rotation Y, get rotation. I think this is much easier way to handle it. So let's go for it. We will return, this will be a vector 3. No, this will be a number instead of a vector 3. It will be the rotation Y. And this will be an object 3D. That's correct. And this will be rotation, rotation Y. There you go. So this is just a rotation in Y. And that's it. We don't need anything else. This should be it. And if this works, we'll add the X and the Z as well. Right now, we just need the Y. Let's just add whatever we need. This should have been added already, but get rotate. See, this time it was added. I don't know. Sometimes, you know, I don't know. I'm scared that the update system may be breaking at times. So I have to check that. I have to like go and debug it thoroughly and make sure it's working. I was 100% that it was working. Right now, I'm like, oh, no. So yeah. So rotation Y, we need to lerp. Do we need to lerp? Yeah, we need to lerp. Oh no, it's the option. Yeah, we need the local object. Yeah, this is, see, this doesn't let us use things that we don't need. So it's telling us, oh, okay, this tells us that this is a required parameter. We need the object 3D. So it doesn't let us get the lerp because lerp is a number. It just lets us get object 3Ds or things that can get us an object 3D. And here the number, we know we get a lerp here, right? You see, it's just lerp there. And we have 0, 1, and that there. So we know we need the current rotation, right? So we get rotation Y from object 3D, right? From local object 3D. And then we, I think this will get too big. This will just start getting way too big. So let's do the speed. For the speed, we'll do var. We'll create a variable here, like this little field. And you see how it says any, right? So we'll start, this says any right now. We'll call this speed. And we'll create a Boolean expression here. No, a Boolean expression, a numeric expression. And so this will return a number now. You see, whatever you add here, right, it will just change the type so you can add it later. You can use it whatever you want. Yeah, it's magic. It's magic in it. Absolute magic. So, so listen to me. So, yeah, we'll set up the speed there. What was the speed again? Let's go and check our what's it called? Vehicle controller. So the speed we're setting up minus movement input X by dexterad rotation degrees. Okay, yeah, that's cool. So let's do exactly that. Let's do exactly that. We need the move X here, right? But we need to do minus, right? So we do add before and we'll do minus move X, right? It's just to do the same thing we have there, minus move X. We'll do it, add after will be a by the, which one is it? Deg to rad, there you go, the degrees to rotations to rotation degrees. There you go. So it's just multiplying the deg to rad rotation degrees by the negative movement on X. And there you go. Then we have our speed. So now we just simply set speed. There you go. See, it has a little ID so that we know it's actually the one variable that we're using. So we have like a couple of variables named the same. They come from, you know, they're preset up. The reason I did this way is because some, you know, this return like a preset name. So you could have multiple that have the same name. So you can actually rename them to whatever you want. But immediately they have a meaningful name and they come with a little ID so that they will never get, you know, to sort of, they will never collide. So yeah, we have the speed there. What else we have? And the factor. The factor is simply the smoothness. There you go. So we just simply set the smoothness. Smoothness there. There you go. There you go. We have a little bit of a problem there, don't we? Have a little bit of a alignment issue. I'll need to fix, don't I? What if? Look at that. That's ugly. That's pretty ugly. That's pretty ugly. That's not nice. What's going on there? What's going on there, mate? Just not nice. Not cool. I don't like that. Okay, I will need to fix this. Yeah, I'll keep coming here and looking at what's going on there. Okay, so we're setting the object 3 rotation Y to for this object 3D to lerp our rotation Y of the local object 3D to this speed that we're moving towards, the speed in radians, and see the amount of radians, not really the speed, it's the radians, amount of radians. Just call this speed because it's the actual speed, I guess. I don't know. And then the smoothness field, right, which is the smoothness field that we have here. There you go. That's it. That should actually just work. And yeah, it will not work, like this part will not work because it's yeah, we don't have the state, the correct state here. We just always have the same state, but we can do the procedural scroller and it'll work when we do the procedural scroller. So come here and see. Yeah, it doesn't work yet. Let's see why. Okay, let's come here, open this thing. Let's see what's going on. Okay, first of all, we need to set the SFX here. So we'll set the crash one there. And we have the smoothness 0.5, rotation degrees there. Okay, save and exit. There you go. And what else do we have? Then we have this is ready there. There's something else we're missing here. Pretty sure there's something else we're missing here. Okay, let's see. Okay, so because, yeah, this should be started here. Otherwise, it's never going to go back down there. Yeah, let's just leave it as started. And you see how we set this up to be, if the game logic, if game state, this is so ugly to read. Like, this is so much nicer. So, just leave this here as a reminder. This is not nice. Like, this is just, if you have to like interconnect them like this, it just looks not equals, get field, game logic, game state, started. Okay, you can read it. I don't know. I think this is so much nicer, right? I mean, to get a feel game state, yeah, get a feel from game logical game state. Is it equal to game over? This is just more semantic. I don't know, you know. And we're playing the engine SFX audio. There you go. Much nicer even. Yeah. Now it should work. Okay, we should play. There you go. You see how that moves now, and it moves smoothly. You see? It kind of tilts to one side and the other. So it's like a little tilt that it does. And it makes it look so much nicer. Like so much nicer. Yeah. And we died. But you see the audio keeps going. Because we haven't set the we haven't set this part yet. The game state is never over. So yeah, we just have to set up the game logic now to make sure that the game state is over at some point in life. Because right now we're using the coded one, and yeah, we need to turn it into a no-code game logic. And I think we have almost everything, don't we? No, we have everything from the car. The vehicle is all no-code right now. The vehicle is all no-code. Yeah, the vehicle is completely no-code. So we have one thing that is already all full no-code in our game. Now, what else do we have that we needed to be no code? Oh yeah, we need the vehicles, the actual vehicles to be, yeah, we turned them into this obstacle thing. So we fusioned the where is it, vehicle and obstacle, because vehicle extended obstacles, and since we don't have inheritance here, what we have to do is we have to sort of either mix things up or compose. And since it's a very small thing, because obstacle is not doing anything, honestly, like obstacle is this, it just has the effect, and that's all it has. And it's kind of a bit of a injection here going on. It's just what's it called, dependency injection. So that's all it's really doing. So yeah, we need something more. We need the change lane thing. Oh, we need to change lane thing. Okay, we could change add everything. We still don't have the change lane. We could add it later, but we could change them all, like just change everything to be able to use no code. I think almost everything is set up. We have everything. We have all of the different yeah, we have all the values already set up. So we could potentially substitute the obstacle and the vehicle one, and that wouldn't be a problem. Yeah. In fact, I've been thinking that yeah, like you know, when I'm not here, I think about this as well. And I've been thinking about like the pattern, like how would the pattern look like, and the pattern could actually look like in a pretty interesting way. What if vehicle used obstacle in a compositive way, right? So what if vehicle required obstacle instead of like extending it, it requires it, and uses the states in obstacle to move around, to do stuff. So that would mean that vehicle could actually be its own little thing, like its own thing, and obstacle could be its own thing, and you know, and that would let us do, for instance, collectibles, right? So there could be like an obstacle that is a collectible, and we could treat it as an obstacle. We could have like something like a bump in the road, and it could be an obstacle with 0 speed. For instance, and something else that made me think about this was the fact that the environment itself, you know, is an obstacle. You see this? The environment is an obstacle. It has these colliders on the side, and it is an obstacle. And we know that we have hit something because we've hit an obstacle. It has a speed, it has a size speed, and basically it's just a means of configuration. So we could have a vehicle that extends obstacles simply by using it, right? So it's a, you know, it's composition over inheritance, truly, in a very rogue engine way, in a very, very rogue engine way. And I love that. I think that's so nice. I don't like the fact it's just adding a bunch of components, you know, like, I'm not a fan of that. But I always prefer to simplify things as much as possible. But if it helps sort of defeat having, you know, complex inheritance scenarios, are also kind of helps the user think about this in a certain way. You know, we can actually build a pattern here where users can say, okay, I need this, but I need to separate what this is versus what this is. Then I think that will be interesting. You know, that will actually make this way more interesting. The thing is that actually obstacle is doing very little, right? It's actually not doing much. What obstacle is doing right now, it has an effect, and the whole thing of obstacle is that it exists. the reason for obstacle to existing as obstacle was that we could extend the effect, and the effect would be different depending on the type of obstacle. So we could have like an obstacle that say had a collectible thing, you know, so you hit it and you see, let me show you obstacle here. Yeah, so you have effect, right? And in this case it stops moving, you know, so you hit an obstacle and the game is over. So you know that the game is over because you set an obstacle. So it was an abstraction in order not to do, you know, an else if thing, because otherwise in the part where we you know, in the vehicle, say when the vehicle hits something, we say, okay, if we hit an obstacle we die, if we hit you know, this coin, we don't die, right now we do this. So this would be a way to say, okay, the say a coin that you find on the road or some kind of collectible, it'd be okay, bring in here the player controller, right? So it'd be like a game player controller, and maybe add, I don't know, add some kind of values to it, you know, speed. It would be add more side speed or something. I don't know. Just to give you an idea of what I mean, right? You could actually have it made sense in this context. It made sense in the context that you could inherit and override this method. It doesn't make sense in this other context. So I've been thinking about how can we actually make a similar thing, but that is more composition like, instead of inheritance like. And I haven't been able to yet come up with a proper pattern, but I think this is kind of, I take this as a kind of an existential thing, because we need patterns like this, patterns that actually work in order to give people that have frameworks to use this. So I think that's what makes something like a system builder like this, what makes it interesting is actually when you can interconnect things, and yeah, you need to be able to interconnect things and use them, and also create abstractions of sorts, right? And yeah, we don't have that as much yet. We don't have as good or as deeply, profoundly made yet. So we need to actually get our pulse into it right now. Yeah, let's try to delve into it. Let's try to see if we can build something related to this. Okay, so yeah. So if we have an obstacle, and we have a vehicle that inherits from obstacle. But right now, what we want to do is everyone has everything that is an obstacle, everything that is in the road is an obstacle. That could be a collectible, for instance. So a collectible would be an obstacle that uses, so a collectible would use the obstacle, but it would need to override the effect in the previous system. Right now, in the current system, where we don't have inheritance, when we're forced to use a more functional approach, what we can do is we can say, we could say, we could potentially have like an inner system that lets us like override a function from some child, but I think it's way too much. I think that's way too much. We need a very simplified way to do abstractions that is more intuitive, even if it's because in general you think of inheritance as something, this is intuitive. That's why inheritance is the most common way of doing it, even though it's probably not the best sometimes, many times. also, yeah, we can't go back like up to the type, right? Because we would need to be using obstacle. So vehicle uses obstacle, like collectible uses obstacle. And if we have a collectible, oh, sorry. Well, we could also treat it as a completely different thing. Because I think I'm overcomplicating myself here. For this game, we actually don't need this, and I'm thinking way too much and way too hard for this, way too hard on this. Like, we don't need a collectible can be its own thing and can have its own collision thing. I'm thinking about reducing the collision for some reason, the collision detection. And I'm thinking about else ifing it when I could just set up the collision and say, okay, if we collide with an obstacle, stop, die, go, boom, or do whatever we need to do with an obstacle. And then have the proper collectibles be the things that say, hey, if we collide with a collectible, we can do this, right? And or we could say the collectible handles the whatever it does, you know. It could actually just be that we say we have an else if that says, okay, if we collide with an obstacle, or we collide with else if collide with a collectible, and then just simply use an effect function for the collectible that would be configured in a specific way. The problem there is obviously, like, whatever else you add, you know you will be in trouble. For this game, we're not in trouble, because first of all, if we add anything, it will be a collectible that will have specific sort of function, I guess. Yeah, I'm still in the back of my head, my trouble is everything you want to add, you need a new else if. You need, like, okay, else if I collide with a different one, that just gets annoying. That just gets too annoying. You have to keep changing, going back to the collision, changing, add another else if, and now you have a massive thing there, massive blob of things that say, okay, if we collide with this, when we can actually just handle it in the in some way in each one of them. So I would say each component should handle its own collision with a player, get the player, and apply something to the player. Yeah. I would handle it that way. And yeah. Maybe that's the way to handle it. Maybe the problem is that here we try to handle everything in one place, and we're thinking of everything as being handled here by the main thing, because the main thing, the procedural scroller, is actually the commander here, is the game logic, the one doing everything, right? Maybe we should use them more as a game controller in a way, right? As something that well, no, actually as a sort of simply as a source of truth, and as a source of truth, as a proper game state, you know, so a controller that helps us get this, you know, state of the game. And so we can have like different components that get the state of the game, lets us do things to the game, and not the game trying to do things with the things that we have. Not the game trying to do things with a collider, with an obstacle, not the game trying to do. So I think that's the approach. I think that's the problem with what we did here, and we're trying to translate exactly what we did. And yeah, it's a problematic pattern here. You see how we have defined the collision here. In the start game, we define the collision for the player. And yeah, and this is where everything happens, right? We define the collision for the player, and when the player collides with this, We set the effect of the obstacle. We don't need this. We don't need this. No. No, we can actually just have everything handle the collision, handle its own collision with the player. I don't think that's a problem at all. Like if we just have an obstacle that says, okay, I handle my collision with player. If player collides with me, it dies. That's fine with me. So instead of getting the obstacle, it's simply the obstacle getting the player. Obstacle collides, gets player, says, you die. Collectible collides with player and says, I give you something. I give you a little life, speed, whatever, you know. Another life, a superpower of some kind. Yeah. So basically treating components as actual components. I don't know. I know that's whatever I'm doing here, which is nasty. Yeah. It's nasty what I'm doing here. It's not a nice pattern, in it. I mean, being able to do things as I'm able to do them, it doesn't make sense to do them this way. Okay, so we have about 4 or 5 minutes. Let's get full on it. Okay. In the next few minutes that we have, let's do this. Yeah. So. We'll handle the game state. We'll handle the yeah. So the sorry, I'm getting a bit lost here. Yeah, so okay. The obstacle, instead of having an effect here, will have the collision detection, and it will actually be an obstacle. It will not be the vehicle and everything else we have here in this one, in our obstacle here. All of these things we added, they should be about the player, about the vehicle and the actual vehicle, which we don't have here. But the vehicle, what it's doing here, the vehicle obstacle, what it's doing is basically just changing lanes. So this is just an AI vehicle. You see, it's simply an AI vehicle that is saying, okay, this vehicle changes lanes. And what else does it do? Well, what does it do? Yeah, every other vehicle doesn't do all this, you see? Well, oh yeah, it does this. Yeah, every other vehicle does this. You know, it actually just matches the speed of whatever it hits, you see? So, and okay, this is the interesting part. So, we're getting the obstacle, we're getting the collision, we're getting the obstacle, and we're matching the speed. Yeah, so say if we hit something, right before we hit it, like something like anything in the road. So that way we don't need to handle like where do we position things when they are instantiated. We simply instantiate them anywhere on the field, and we can say, okay, we move them, we let them move, and if they find an obstacle of some kind, they simply just stop. You know, they're like, oh, I'm facing an obstacle here. So there's a bump in the road, something that could some blocker then in the road. Just go, oh, I have to stop here, and yeah, so this is good. We can get an obstacle. That's no problem, because everything will be an obstacle. Everything that is an obstacle will be an obstacle, and it will have a speed. That's good. And vehicles, since they're moving, they need this, so that's okay. The problem is having like 2 collision detections in them. You know, that's the kind of the thing that I'm like, I'll grunt about. Like, yeah, I wouldn't want this to be like, okay, you have the obstacle with a collision detection, then we have this one with a collision detection. Like, okay, we have no real way to know the priority of both of them, and we have two components on the same thing doing collision detection, like on the same object. The same object will have, yeah, and we can't because we're setting the collision start for the same collider. So you see how that creates an issue. We're doing overriding. That's no problem. Honestly, that's no problem. But we will need to, yeah, every time we set a collision detection on an object, we're overriding it, right? So the yeah, the collision detection on that rigid body, right? So if we have like the obstacle setting up this collision detection, and then this one comes in and sets its own collision detection, then this one will have priority. But now you kind of have to also do the stuff that you would do in obstacles. So probably having like what you do with obstacle, right? Say a function that gets called inside here. So we could do effect. We could just call it effect. We just leave effect there and say start collision detection, right? And do call effect. Simply call effect. Yeah. Yeah, that would work. That would work. So I'm fine with this. I'm fine with this. Instead of having it as a parameter, the procedural scroller will simply find it. We'll simply get it. Like simply whenever the effect happens, we get the procedural scroller component, and we apply the stop movement and the game state over. That's what we do, okay? We don't have import issues here, all that, so we can use components in their own way, own separate way. This is super nice. So, okay, yeah, I'm fine with this. I'm happy with this. Yeah, I have to go. I really have to go. But yeah, anyway, we have like 2-3 people. I don't know. Yeah, we have like 3 people watching. Thank you so much for watching. I'll come back next time. I think we have settled with I'm happy that we've settled with the specifics of how we're going to build this. I may do some tests before I come here because I really want to, I'll come back here on Monday. Mondays, remember now we have, it used to be Tuesdays and Thursdays. Now it is Mondays and Thursdays, okay? So it's always 7 p.m. GMT, okay? 7 p.m. GMT, you come here and we can get together and try and build this thing. Yeah, next live stream, we'll finish this. Well, it will be over. We can't, no excuses. We actually have to come back here on Monday and get this built. You know, probably do like a full marathon of build it and finish it. You know, even if I have to be like the whole live stream, even if I have to push it 4 hours, I'll do it. I want to finish it. I really want to just finish it, honestly. So yeah, let's do this. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.